Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Harvey.
meet
I
you.
actually spoke to you both briefly at London Film Festival back when Pillion's journey was just starting out. So, Harry Lighton, for you, first of all, I just wanted to say massive congratulations on your three BAFTA nominations. I know when we spoke at London Film Festival, this was all just starting out, and I'm curious as a debut filmmaker, what was that moment like when you heard about those nominations?
Well, thank you. Firstly, yeah, I mean, it was obviously like it was an incredible feeling, and I was so happy for everyone involved in making the film. I think like it's funny, you said we chatted at the beginning of the journey, and there's been so many what I'd consider like ridiculous, amazing things have happened over the course of this film and seeing it go out into the world. So I've kind of you know, not stopped pinching me since I last saw you, since we last spoke.
Yeah, absolutely. It must have been a crazy journey for both of you. And Harry, I just wanted to ask you about from young Dudley in Harry Potter to Colin and Pillion. You've had this fascinating journey through acting and taking on so many brilliant roles and kind of you've rewritten your own story really. And then Harry L, for you, you're now experiencing this incredible success with your debut feature. And for both of you, what's been the most surprising thing about those paths that you've taken from your debuts to where you are now?
I think I've you know, from a very young age, I always knew I wanted to to try and do this. You know, to try and act, to try and tell stories. So for me, um, I'm so grateful that I'm still able to do it. You know, and I'm able to work with amazing people like Harry, Lighton here, and Alex, who's such a generous scene partner. So I'm just very grateful that I get presented these wonderful scripts to have a go at, imparting some kind of myself into these characters. So yeah, I guess the biggest surprise for me is just uh, that just how lucky I've been, really. You know, ever since Potter, I've sort of knew I wanted a rich and varied career, and I wanted to do as much as I could in terms of theatre, in terms of TV and film, and I'm just very grateful that I'm still able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like I said, been kind of surprising for me. I was like surprised when we got the go ahead to make the film. I was surprised when these guys came on board, and I mean that was probably the most surprising thing because up until I sent the script out to Harry and
Yeah.
Alex, I had only me and a handful of producers had seen the script, so we I don't think we were sure if like anyone would ever say yes, let alone the people who we really wanted to do it. So I think that was probably the biggest surprise for me.
Amazing. And I just wanted to quickly chat to you about the barbershop quartet scenes because they create this beautiful juxtaposition with Colin's life and Ray's world. Harry L, for you, what inspired that particular creative choice? And for you, Harry M, like what was it like physically transforming between those two contrasting worlds from, I guess, bow ties to a shaved head? I've always been fascinated by how that transformation affects you as an actor.
Um, the creative choice was I wanted something which was like the kind of stark opposite of a bike gang, but was also a kind of like all male subculture. So I thought, if if bike gangs are kind of synonymous with like coolness and a little bit kind of on the edge rock and rollness, the opposite of that to me was Barbershop, which is like this amazing sound, but like is known for being kind of lame. And I love the fact that like Colin would also show right at the beginning of the film that there's something which he excels at, but it's like as far away from the world of Ray and his bikers as you can probably get.
Yeah, I like the fact that you used the word excel because I did try and excel. Did my very best, but it's a lot of work. Like singing in that way, the harmonies are very close to each other. So that was a good few months prior to filming that we tried to kind of get that the musical part as good as we could. And that was a great way of, in a way, learning about the family because a lot of the family were involved in that early sort of barbershop stuff. So we started to form those relationships and work out how that dynamic might work. Um, And yeah, in terms of the journey, you're right. I think we meet Colin, this timid young guy who's waiting for life to happen, and he's part of a barbershop quartet with his family. And then, like you said, he goes on this fantastic journey, and he shaves his hair off, and he starts to really know what he wants from life and who he is. And that's there is a transformation involved in that journey, and that was a wonderful thing to sort of track and chart as we were making the movie.
Well, thank you so much to you both for your time as well, and good luck with the US release this week. And I can't wait to see what happens next for Pillion.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
Lovely to
Thank
chat.
you.